Students, a very warm welcome to all of you. And on behalf of ICFI Businesses School, Dehradun and ICFI University, Dehradun, I welcome Mr. Himanshu Joshi. He is heading the Knowledge and Organizational Development at Globe Capital Markets. To this 20th Thought Leader Web Series session, I also welcome our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Madhu Vinay, and Registrar Brigadier Rajiv Sethi, under whose leadership ICFI University, Dehradun has made significant achievements, which include reaching the 44th position amongst the top 50 universities globally in the industry initiatives in the World University Real Impact Rankings 2020, and also earning the global QSI Gauge E-Lead certification for e-learning excellence and digitization. To all the participants, choices that we make in our life today have an impact on our future growth and development. So it is vital that we make right choices today. Before I invite Mr. Himanshu Joshi for his insights on this topic, I'd like to share his brief synopsis. Mr. Himanshu is a training and development professional with 12 plus years of experience in the financial service sector. He is specialized in almost all kind of conventional and modern financial products available in Indian market. More importantly, he has a genuine interest in the financial services sector and has a strong passion to learn and apply what he has acquired from work. He started his career with Kotak as a management trainee in 2007. He later joined Edelweiss and looked after the training and development initiatives for North and East India. His responsibilities covered designing, developing, and delivering product, process, and behavioral training programs as an internal guide. Partner with the sales operations and business unit leaders to identify knowledge, skill, and performance gaps, and then find a solution that works. Mr. Himanshu is currently heading the knowledge and organizational development at Globe Capitals. I have just now shared with you. I invite Mr. Himanshu Joshi for his views on this abstract but interesting topic, choice today and tomorrow. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Thank you so much. So, all your student might also be finding this topic a quite different one, because when I was doing my MBA, so we were more exposed to academic topics, right? So, and soft skill kind of related to communication, personality development, and all kind of stuff, right? So, and behavioral science is something, I don't know, maybe your college is focusing on behavioral science or not, but yes, when these students will come to the corporate world, the biggest challenge they will face, apart from obviously the academic excellence, knowing the know-how of the work, how it's to be done, but to manage the work-life balance will be the biggest challenge they will face. I thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I thank you, your Vice Chancellor. I think we just quoted him that he's a part of this session, and other dignitaries, and obviously student. I am not much experienced of delivering short sessions like 45 minutes. So it's like my experience is largely into delivering day training, so which is quite comprehensive in nature. And I am unable to see anyone except you. Is that the settings that you guys have done? Because I love
that is the setting.
Because I don't know. So
it is a precautionary measure.
So it is like for the first time I'm doing that kind of session. Because in behavioral science, it's very important to read reactions. Okay, so yeah. So anyways, that would be my first experience. I hope it will go well. I have not prepared a presentation because presentation would be quite lengthy in terms of, but I would maybe sometime share a few of the slides. Okay, so can we have a one-to-one conversation, as in your students can write on the chat box and react? Is that possible?
Yeah, we have asked them to raise their hands, and once you finish with your presentation, they can interact.
If I ask them something, so can they react on the chat box? Let's say, all of you, can you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me? Are you able to see me?
everyone is able to see you and hear you. And the process which we are following is, if someone wants to interact with you, they have to raise hands, and then the admin will here unmute them and they can interact.
That won't be possible because once the session will go, in between would be a problem. We can have later on questions, but okay. This life is about challenges, so I take it as a challenge. Okay, so my first question would be to all of the participants here is that to question themselves why all of you are here. Okay, so when I say why all of you are here is, and I'm not talking about for this particular June session, I am talking about in the span of your life. Currently, you are here in ICFI Business School studying MBA or maybe some postgraduate program. Why are you here today? Why all of you are here today? Okay, so Deepshika Jaiswal raised a hand. Deepshika, I'm sorry, because if we start having that voice conversation, it becomes difficult. So that's why I expected chat response. But anyways, let it be. So, okay, so you can answer yourself why you all are here. But I think that you would get a lot of answers for it. Somebody would say because they aspire to do an MBA. Somebody would say they aspire to become an entrepreneur and they said MBA would be a right thing to do. Somebody would say ICFI Business School is something which they really wanted to be. It was like a dream to do an MBA from ICFI Business School. Somebody would say that, no, MBA is not something that I really wanted to do, but my parents said that this is something you should be doing. So everybody would have a different answers to this question. But I would summarize this whole question to a simple answer is that you all are here today is because you made a choice. Okay? Because you made a choice. So irrespective of what were the circumstances, irrespective of what were the background, irrespective of the fact that what you wanted or what you did not want, you all are here today because you made the choice. Now, when you made a choice, it was you who made a choice. It was you who took the first step. It was you that went on to do this. So, demographically, you 188 student out here could be different, okay, in their own sense. Maybe some would be academically excellent, some would be like moderate, some would be communication wise great, or would carry a different personality trait altogether. But on one common ground, you are same, and that is the choice that you guys made. Okay, so you all want 89 students. Its number is raising, so I am changing my data also. Sanjeev, I want you to be live on the screen because at least I want to see somebody. I can't see myself continuously. And I hope I am audible to all of you.
Yes, you are perfectly audible. I'll make few of the students co-host so that they can put their videos on, or they can interact with you.
Chat, video is not something, but chat would be something where people can instantly respond.
Chat we deliberately avoid because last time there was some unwanted person who entered into this discussion. So that's why reason we are taking extra precaution and doing it virtually.
I respect your limitation because coming from training background,
yes.
we also face some issues, but but we take it for.
Anyway. I'll make few of the students co-host so that they are visible to you.
So what I'm trying to say, Sanjeev, to them is that they made a choice, and this is one common ground. This is one typical common ground where we are same, we are similar, that we all made a choice, right? So choice is as a topic or as a behavioral subject is something which has been ignored by all of us in all kind of conversation that you make. We focus more on decision making. Okay, we talk about, okay, what kind of decision we should be making, right decision, wrong decision, rational decision, non-rational decision, cognitive decision, the different kind of decisions we talk about. We talk about various aspects of behavioral science, but very few people talk about choice as a factor. So the difference between you being and choice is something that we make every day. Okay, so when you wake up, and one small choice can transfer your life. Okay, so I'll quote you a very simple example, which we always face is: do you choose to have a cup of milk coffee or a green tea? Okay, so this is one typical choice that we're making every morning. Okay, so we know, so now this, if we need to evaluate this choice rationally. So rationally, green tea is something which is high in antioxidants, which is really good for our health, which can make us healthy, fit, and powerful. Wherein same way, coffee is something, or coffee is something which carry caffeine, which has milk, and do not make me healthy, but keep me in the tempo. Okay, so what I'm doing is that most of us are aware. So we are aware. So it's not lack of awareness or ignorance on our end. We're aware that green tea is a better healthy substitute than a cup of coffee. But what kind of choice that we're making every day? So there, if it would have been a session where I could see hundreds of people sitting, I think 80 hands will raise and say they make a choice of having coffee instead of green tea, even when they are aware that coffee is not a very healthy substitute, whereas green tea is a healthier substitute. So the impact of this choice, the impact of this choice is on your health. The impact of this choice is on your well-being. Okay, second choice that we always think about is going for a morning walk, going for an exercise. So we all know that going for a morning walk, doing an exercise is again a healthy lifestyle choice. But how many of us making that lifestyle choices in our life? I think very few of us are able to make those choices in our life. So again, when I'm trying to say that choice is a subject, is choice is not about ignorance and awareness. It is about that we know everything and still we make those choices. The fact that I want to stress upon is the ignorance on the part that when we are making a choice, we are making a conscious choice, and this conscious choice is changing our life every now and then. But we are not relying on that fact. So, in that note, I would like to share a small screen with you. That's just a text that I written. So, yeah, so this would be a thing. So, could you see? I wrote in a bold text, so everybody, even people are looking at mobile, could see it clearly. So,
It is visible.
so what you're trying to say is that what are we today is not the result of luck or destiny. It's the result of the choices we make. So if I am healthy, if I am fit, it means I have an awareness of every morning choice that I'm making, and I'm making a choice that makes my life better. Okay. Now, academically, because you all are a student, so and lockdown, maybe I don't know what lockdown has an impact on colleges as a student, but for us, it's like we all had a choice to whenever we get time to watch Netflix or to read a book. So this is again a choice that we all are making every day. So when you in your early stages of growth, when you were a kid and you were in schools, colleges, and today you are in college, right? So you every day make a choice to spend your 1 hour on Netflix, Amazon, or to read a book. And I think undoubtedly whenever I ask this question, you all will say is that reading a book is a more intelligent choice to make than watching a Netflix. So I'm not saying watching Netflix is bad, but if we can distribute some time in reading book and make those small choices in our life, it can transform our life. So it is choices is not about past, and you are not grown up 60. So I think you would be what is in your 80s, 18s or 20s. I am not good at that age factor numbers. So, but whatever. So you have just started your life, and you have taken the first step. Now your professional career is going to start in few days, few months or a year. So this is an very important point that you need to understand, that the choices that you will make tomorrow gonna change your life and gonna transform your life. Okay, so okay, so this point I also wanted to focus on, um, which I quoted earlier also. What we encounter in this life is the result of a socio-economic environment, but what shapes us is the result of our deep desire. So normally in my session, we have a lot of interaction. So I just try to give push points, and we get a lot of user experiences. But because it's a one-way conversation, so I will try to explain myself, but I would give a 1 minute pause, and I would want all of you to read this paragraph again, and understand what I'm trying to say with respect to your own life. So I'm saying what we encounter in life is the result of a social economic environment, but what shapes us is the result of our deep desire. So if you go to Google and type people born in poor families, which talks about their economic environment, people who come from socially backward areas, economically backward areas, who are not exposed to the right infrastructure that is required for the right development of our personality and brain, have changed the world, have really changed the world. So what they have encountered in their life was the result of their socio-economic environment where they're born and what they see. But what allowed them to change the world is that the deep desire they had in them to transform. So what happened is that in their course, they made a choice. They made a choice to counter what they see. They made a choice to not to live the life they have been gifted with. They made a choice to live a life of what comes as a deep desire, what they want to do. And you are a student. I think you are in the right temperament of your mind. I'll tell you, very, very small incidents that happens in our life is can make or break our life. Suppose you're driving a car and somebody bang a car from behind, and you just get out of your car. And the kind of age that you have, you're young, high on temperament. The moment you get out of the car, you shout on the other person, irrespective of looking at what mistakes, who was on the side of mistake. But you react, and the other person react. Immediately, a verbal argument transfer into in a physical violence. And what could instigate for an incident like this to transform from an verbal argument to a physical assault is the deep desire. So what was the environment? Environment was an accident. Environment where you felt bad. You said somebody banged on my car. This is bad. I was driving with complete traffic rules and I was on my side. I was not driving rash and somebody's mistake. And I had to bear the cost, and you shouted because your temperament is really high at this time. And you go out and you make a choice. You make a choice. You make a choice to react or to respond. So you make a choice to react. This particular incident could have a smallest impact to the largest impact. And how it is so? The smallest impact is the other person was a very other genuine man, and he comes out and says, I'm sorry, guy. I'm sorry, man. It was my mistake. I'm so sorry. And then you shout. You shout. No, you can't be sorry. You made a mistake. You have to bear the penalty. He said, okay, whatever the loss, your car is insured, my car is insured, not a problem. Still, if you have any problem, you want me to pay off something, this is my card, and we can go to a mechanic, get it resolved, leave it. So who made this choice? You did not make this choice. The other person made a choice that he doesn't want to get into an argument, because I'll tell you why he made that choice after I end this slide. So he made a choice, and irrespective of your shouting, and you said, it's okay, man, calm down. And what this did is that he transformed you from an assaulted person to a calm down person, because he did not react. You reacted, he responded. The matter closed. Now, situation 2, where an incident could have a moderate impact on you. You again went out of your car, you shouted, he shouted back, and you had an argument for 15-20 minutes. The traffic was jam-packed, and few other people came in, and you missed out on your meeting, you lost your mental calm, you were completely bad-shaped. Moderate impact. Higher on the moderate impact is that you raised your hand on him, and he was even more powerful than you. He repeated the action. And suddenly a PCR van was nearby. They came in, they took you to the police station, and a case was registered. The last impact could be a life-changing impact. Is you came out and this person was a goon. He was carrying a gun. And you shouted. He said, ... And you said, who the hell are you? And he pointed gun at you and shot you down. Life changed. So a small incident of a car accident could change your life, could destroy your dreams of your life. You never wanted to be a person who is shot dead on the roads. You never wanted to be a person slapped on the road. You never wanted to be a person against whom an FIR to be registered. But what happened is that I quote that word, please make a notice and remember it for your life, is moment of choice. We all get something called moment of choice. So for everything, give me a second. Just give me a second, okay, sorry.
By the time Mr. Himanshu comes back, we have made randomly few of the students which were visible here as the co-hosts, so they can, I have asked them to switch on their videos so they can interact on chat, they can interact by raising their hands as well. And it is purely done on a random basis. So if someone is not been picked, don't think that you have not been chosen deliberately. It is a random selection which the system administrator has done.
Thank you, sir. Amy?
I haven't muted. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No,
Are
please
we?
go ahead, sir.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So again, don't expect much from me. I probably give you one or two pointers to remember, and that's how we learn in life. So it's not one word can change the life, and that is by Mahatma Gandhi, who said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." So that's about our domestic life. So okay, so you have seen your parents, you have seen your families, you have seen uh, everybody in your friends and family circles. And there was an ad by Airtel also, India mein advice free mein milti hai. So we provide a lot of advice. We guide people to do something, but we don't want to change ourselves. So I will tell you one small incident that happened to me. There's a very renowned institute in India called ISAB, which is Indian Society for Applied Behavior Sciences in Delhi. So they run something called BLHP, which is it's a human lab. So how many of you have seen? Most of you have seen Big Boss, right? So a lot of people see Big Boss. So Big Boss is like a human lab. So human lab is like scientific labs where you see chemical reactions. So Big Boss is kind of lab where you lock few people inside a room, and they face routine life problems, and how they do react to those problems, how do they manage their lives, and people and anybody who is able to manage everything well comes out to be a winner, right? So likewise, this is a part of behavioral lab. So there's something called BLHP, behavioral lab. So in that lab, what happened is that again we were locked for 5 days with 4 or 5 people. No, in fact, in my batch there were 12 from different companies, from different domain. Somebody was from Airtel, from HR, somebody from sales, and from different functions of their jobs. So as an organization, when we see a behavioral problem in our leaders, so we also send them for BLHP labs, ALHP labs, and different labs are there. So in that lab, we were locked down in a room, okay, for 5 days. There was a girl, I'll not quote her name, she was with Airtel Infrastructure, so they make towers, so she wasn't a part of HR. And the movement started, so and everybody shared their experiences or their reasonings that why they are the part of the BLHP. What is that gone through in their life is that they have to come for this lab. So you can go to this lab for the learning experiences, also to understand the problems that you face internally. A lot of things. So there was one girl who came in, and she was like for 15 minutes non-stop. She was like saying, "I'm so fed up with my mother-in-law. I'm so fed up with my family. The moment I go home, my mother-in-law, she will ask me to do this. She will ask me to do this. I'm not able to go out. I'm not able to do this." So she had a lot of problems with her mother-in-law. And then somebody asked, "What you want?" So she said, "I want to be free. Don't want to be controlled. I want to be free. I don't want people come behind and ask for everything that I do in life." And so we just thought, imagine if the same question could have been asked to her mother-in-law, and what is that you want? She would have replied with the same answer, that she want to be free. She want to operate. She want to do things the way she want. And she react only because when things doesn't go their way, right? So the point I want to drive home from here is that we all want to be free. We all don't want to be controlled, but we don't want to allow others to be free. Right? Am I right on that point? So for you are kids. So as a parents, you have parents. Okay, so your parents would guide you a lot of things. Do this, do that, this way, that way. So yeah. So technically, they want to control you in a positive sense because they want to guide you to the right path. Okay, done. But they don't want you to be free. Okay, so I will go out of the topic, but what I'm trying to say is that there's something I said as a movement of choice. Okay, so whenever you are making, so in this point, I'm saying this car incident that happened. So before coming out from the door, from the car, sorry, the person has a movement of choice which lies there. In some situations, it lies for 10 seconds. For some situations, it lies for 30 seconds. And for some time, you get even 5 minutes to think about it, that movement of choice. Now, in that moment of choice, you will have to make a choice. You will have to make a decision that what you really want to do at this moment. And when you make that choice, just I paused it. Okay. When you make a choice, don't forget this slide. How in real time do we make choices that create the future we want? So whenever you're making a choice, just think about the point is the future we want. The outcome that you want, the result that you want. You really want to go to that argument mode? You really want to go into physical assault? Or if by saying a simple sorry, you can get rid of this trouble, which choice you will make? I will rather make a choice of saying a sorry and get out of this. And why would I do that? Because because this is not the future we want. This is not the future I want. Okay, so my training would be slow. I'm not, don't have much to share. And I really want to ask a very simple question to all of you is that, could somebody tell me what is the difficult choice in life to make? What do you find is the difficult choice, or what would be the difficult choice to make in life? I give you 1 minute. Just think about it and just tell me.
So, hello.
Viviana, just note it, in fact. He has given 1 minute's time. Just wait for a minute. You can put it in the chat as well and then interact better. Once he comes back,
Okay, sir.
you can interact.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Those who have made the co-host, they can put it on the chat as well and interact. Anyone else wants to interact, they can raise your hand and the system admin will help you to interact.
Yeah, so I'm I'm feeling quite alone and isolated because I'm not getting replies. But okay. So
The students are, Mr. Himanshu, students are there. In fact,
oh,
they
so
wanted to reply and they putting it on
if
the
you're
chat
born
as well.
poor, it is not your mistake. But if you die pure, is your mistake. Aditya Prava, yeah, yeah, right. And randomly, few students have been made a co-host can switch. Okay, so Megha Chauhan. So I think there is no right. So okay, so I can't read so long text right now. Most important choice is to decide. And, okay, so yep. So I got a one answer from Raina Mukhopadhyay is I asked the question, what is the most difficult choice to make? Is she got it? She given me answer is most important choice is to decide which decision will be better. Oh no, this is yeah, this is very difficult choice to make. Yeah. So my question is,
Sir,
suppose
may I
you just have to tell me one or two word where is if you have to make a choice in life, what you would find is the most difficult choice to make.
So when there is, if I have to make a choice between which is the important
Yeah.
for this now in the
So
present.
what is that you think would be the most difficult choice? To choose your job instead of your family and desires. Oh, great. Bhavya. Okay, that choice you can always make. You can call your family back to where you are working, or okay. So see, Kika. So I am more. The most difficult choices I have to make is choose my career. Okay, I understand. I understand. So I am on a different track. I am giving you the answer. Okay.
We have
And
few more students who have replied.
here is the answer. Happiness. Okay, so this is one choice, which is the most. Sanjeev,
Yeah,
you're married?
I can see smiles on faces of many of the students looking at the answer which you provided.
Yeah, I can't. So yeah, so
You are asking something.
anybody would who's married would understand this point perfectly well. Happiness. No, I'm not getting gender bias. It applies to both male, female. So happiness is the most difficult choice to make, and it required a lot of effort to make. So even when with your parents, so suppose you want something and your father says, no, this is not that you would get, and maybe somebody said career, choosing career. So suppose you want to be an artist and your father wants you to be a photographer or an engineer. So that's a very distressful situation. So how do you do that? So and the moment of choice is that what do I do to be happy? So happiness is the choice that will require a lot of effort. Sometimes you have to bow down to things. Sometimes they have to bow down, and happiness is a choice that we are making every day, every morning, every minute, every time. Okay, so uh, you get affected by certain words, some communication, something with your friends, your family, in your college. Somebody talks to you some badly, somebody do not react to you badly. Something that happens in your life makes you unhappy. And what makes you unhappy is not the incident, okay? What makes you unhappy is not the incident, but the moment of choice that you have chosen to be unhappy. If somebody, uh, tell me something which I don't like, I would rather do two things. One is, can you afford to ignore it? Okay, so if you can afford to ignore it, I think you have taken the right moment of choice and happiness will be yours. Can you just afford to ignore it? Because why you want to ignore it? Because when you are making a choice in life, do not forget to live. Because you don't want to live unhappily, because you don't want to be affected, because you don't want to get depressed, because you don't want those tensions, because this is not the future we want. This is not the thing that we want. And why do we make those choices? So erase, ignore, and forget about it. Because this choice of focusing is not making you any day better. So I will focus on choices in my life that will make me better, that will make me achieve something for the future we want. And that will something which will make me happy. So we want to be happy. We will never, okay, so, no, where is that slide? I missed the slide where in time. So yeah, so we will never succumb to the socio-economic environment, the situations, the problems that we live in. We will always be shaped by our deep desire that what is that we want in future. So in this whole module, you don't have to remember anything. You have to remember three things. One, first thing is that what is the tool to make a right choice? Right? The question is, so a lot of people say, okay, so I have a lot of problem, difficulty. What is the choice that I should be making? So I would urge you to get a moment of choice before every choice that you make. So I'm giving a very example. Suppose after this session, somebody would like to go for a cup of coffee. And they say, yaar, बड़ा बोरिंग सेशन था, इट्स वेरी टायरिंग, इतना भारी सेशन, मुझे जल्दी से एक चाय कॉफी लाओ. अभी देखो, जल्दी से आपने चाय कॉफी लाओ, ये रिएक्शन है. अभी मैं बोलूंगा टेक अ मूवमेंट ऑफ योर चॉइस, एंड आप बोलोगे नहीं, चाय कॉफी इज नॉट गुड फॉर माय हेल्थ यार, शिट, मैं तो भूल गया, अभी बताया था. Break down, calm down. Take a minute, think about it. Look at a cup of coffee, look at green tea, look at yourself, think, what is that you want in future? What is that you want to look like? What will make you feel better? So you'll say, chal, sacrifice this time. Green tea. Go for green tea. And I assure you, your desires will be satisfied. I assure you, you will feel great, good. And the satisfaction that you will get by taking a minute of moment of choice will be delivered after 15 minutes of green tea. So what we need to do is, my time is up, I think, 12:45, and I have few more things. It's a working day. So I'll end the session is to repeat again. One is take your time to have moment of choice. Okay. Second, in that moment of choice, what is that you need to do is think what is that you want, what is the outcome of this. So green tea wala example mein, outcome is, ab ye main, if I have this coffee, the outcome would be my, I'll not achieve anything except my reactive thing. Like this is what I need urgently. That call a word called delay in gratification. So if you start delaying gratification, you start enjoying your life. So we want everything right now. You know, start delaying. Okay. So you're hungry. You're too hungry. You want to have right now. So break 5 minutes. Take a moment of choice. Decide what is that you want. Decide what is it that you want, and ultimate output has to be happiness. Okay. So 3 things: moment of choice. What is that you want out of it? And does it make you happy? And I assure you, how many students are here? Last count was 189. 77 was a bad session, I'm delivering. Okay, so these are the 3 things you need to remember. And if you start applying it in your day-to-day life, you can apply right now. You can, the moment of choice will happen in another 15 minutes with all of you. When you probably decide to go to Netflix or pick a book and read about it, something, increase your knowledge, or deciding a evening walk, exercise, morning walk, exercise, health, happiness, or maybe if you're with your parents, suddenly your somebody would come and say, what is that you're doing? And get out of this place. And the moment of choice is that you would react, or you would take the moment of choice and you will think that if I react, what would be the outcome after 5 minutes? Will it bring happiness? Yes and no? No. So choose the yes. Okay, it's okay. I'm getting out of this place. Be happy and smile. But I assure you, happiness is the biggest difficult choice to make because it requires effort. So, so this is otherwise is a very long module which goes on to 3-4 days module which has a lot of behavioral tools to drill down. So it has a lot of introspective exercises. So it's a very comprehensive tool. So because I got only 45 minutes and I had to deliver, and this is what, Sanjeev, I have. I hope I've not disappointed you with the choice of topic. And
it's good. In fact, I found the topic abstract. I shared initially also.
Yeah.
That I was finding it slightly abstract. And you're absolutely correct in saying that the choices we make today decides our future. And we can all...
Sanjeev, I can't hear you.
I'm saying, in fact, this is an abstract topic which you have taken.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Others can... Am I audible?
Yeah, I can. Oh, I'm sorry. I myself as... Okay, no problem. Okay, I have not heard anything from you.
So that is very rightly you have pointed out that happiness is a choice that we can make. We can choose to be happy. That is very well said. Certainly, choices which we make today will decide our future. It decides, in fact, where we will land in times to come, based on, and it is absolutely based on the choices that we make today. If anyone has any question or he wants to ask Mr. Himanshu, interact with Mr. Himanshu, can raise your hand, or you can, in fact, the students, those who are the co-hosts, can unmute and interact.
Yes, sir, I want to ask something.
Yes, Deepshika, go ahead.
So actually, we don't have patience. We don't have enough time, or we actually don't want for anything. Matlab, don't wait for anything, na. And you said that if you want to take or make right decision, you have to be patient and think about it once. So sir, I want to ask that how to make decision on unconditional time or an event.
Chika,
Yes, sir.
who told you not to wait?
And so no one tell me, but actually it happens, sir.
No. It's not.
Actually, we don't want to wait for anything, sir. Like we
That's
just want to
so deep.
grab everything.
That's your own conception, understanding that we don't have to wait and we have to. So there are two things. One is react and respond. So what is reaction, Deepshika?
Sir, sudden
React is a reaction,
sudden response. Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
It's a reaction. So a reaction is not rational. So there are two kind of brain that operate, rational and cognitive side of a brain. So reaction is not you. Reaction is not you.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Reaction is a natural respond to the action that you just encountered. So what happened to you is that suddenly I came to you and slapped you on your face, and what the natural reaction is that you get shocked and you suddenly reacted and pushed me back.
Right, sir.
Yep. So that's a reaction. So what I'm saying is that take a moment of choice. If somebody slaps you, obviously that's a very weird example, but yes, that's a crude form of example because that's where the physics is also involved. So if somebody do that, now all you need to do is control yourself and take a moment of choice and think about it at what went wrong. And why would you do Deepshika? Is not because that you are not powerful or you are not competent to react. Why Deepshika took that moment of choice is because this is not the future Deepika wants. This will not bring happiness. This will not bring cohesiveness. It will create disturbance. It will create trouble. It will have consequences. And Deepshika does not want to get into it.
Exactly, sir.
It's not about proving your bravery. Physical bravery is most substandard attribute that you have. The mental bravery is the highest standard that you have. So even if you go to our mythologies or anything, you read any book, all intelligent people, all people who have changed the world are the people who never reacted. There is always a time and a place to respond. And when do you get that time and place to respond is that when you take that moment of choice. Because there's no hurry to make. No decisions made in hurry. Take your time. If you think 5 days is not enough, take 50 days. But take your time and decide. And when you decide, your outcome has to be there in your mind. What is that you want in future? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So no. If you're being trained or being conditioned that good manager or leaders are the one who take instant decisions, it's wrong. So good manager leader not the one who take instant decision. Good leader and managers are one who take right decision.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for your suggestions.
Good,
No,
Deepshika, sir. Have patience when you're taking a decision. And at the same time, remember time is a precious resource. So you have to take the decisions on time as well. So any other
Yes,
questions
sir.
which we need to have and any other students? I was seeing few more students
Swati
putting up.
is there and
Yes,
Good afternoon, sir.
Manishankar. Good
Yes, sir. Thank
afternoon.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I just want to, that was really a nice speech about being happiness and living the life. But, sir, you must be knowing that in the world there exist two type of people, type A and type B. Type A people always
Acha.
find their happiness in success. And type B people, they always think of they find happiness in each and everything. So can you give your means quote on? Can you just give your suggestion of about what is happiness for type A or type? What is the real happiness that the
What's your
people
type?
must find?
What's your name?
I beg
Huh?
pardon, sir. You're a bit inaudible, sir.
What's your name?
My name is
Man-
Mani Shankar.
Manishan.
Mani Shankar.
Mani Shankar.
Manishankar, you have asked this question. Okay. So what's your type?
Sir, I am a type A.
Plus, your type A, your happiness lies in your type.
Sir, thing is that no, sir. Type A person likes success.
Understand?
Happiness. We find happiness in success
Yep. Great.
because, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
what kind of success? Success is a very generic word. What success?
Because of a type means I do believe that live life king size
So
means if
that's
you
what.
want to live like a legend. There is no.
Uh-huh.
So can you suggest any type of means any type of suggestion?
I'll give you two examples. So there are two type of people who live life king size, or maybe three type. I don't know. There are a lot of type. You have defined A and B. You have really made the whole word black and white. But I feel the whole reality of word rise in gray. But anyways, so there are one type of people, for them happiness is money. So success is a generic word. Don't get to success. So so for me, happiness lies in.
Actually,
Huh.
no, sir. So actually, sir, money is not all the thing that type A people desire. Type A people desires for me, sir. Money is not a big deal. For me, I just want to achieve a position, achieve fame. Because you must be knowing that money is not a big deal. Means, yes, I know in current world everybody is running means behind the money for the money, but there are some type of persons.
I understood your question. So I actually answered your question initially itself, but you are unable to understand that. You have a very clear idea of that what is that you want. Okay, right?
Yes,
Because
sir.
you said you want
Yes,
success.
sir.
And I try to break down success. You are able to rightly pointed out what is success means to you. For you, success is not money. For you, success is power and position. You have a clear idea of what is that you want. You are typically a type A as per you. And so what I'm trying to say, Manishankar, that every decision that you take in your life is that should take you to your happiness, which is power and position. So I will give you a small example of doing that. Okay, for you, power is like, are you talking about organizational hierarchy power? Is that success for you? Or a political power?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No,
Organization.
sir. As being management student, I will be talking about the organizational hierarchy
Yeah. So I will give you a very short example.
power.
We'll close this. So there will be two type of people after this MBA. One who would think to become an entrepreneur because he or she want to become an entrepreneur because for her or him, success is not about position. Success is about delivering the potential they carry. For them, success is to prove, success is to make a better world, create a society which delivers solutions to the problem that we have. Now, Oyo Room is a big example of this Ritesh Agarwal guy who, after doing his graduation or IIT, whatever he did, he had a choice to go for a job or to become an entrepreneur. And the reason he became an entrepreneur because he wanted to solve a problem, which is a social problem. So for him, happiness was a clear choice to make. For you, you have a clear choice to make. So what I'm trying to say is that when you have that much of clarity in your life, go for it. For what happiness means to you may or may not means to me. That's okay. That's okay. People,
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
see people carrying iPhone, people driving Fortuner, and they have heavy loan on their brain, right? So, but that doesn't bother them. Driving Fortuner, carrying an iPhone makes them happy. It's okay. That's their happiness. For somebody, carrying a loan will not be an happiness. So they would not want. So when we are looking for happiness, we are talking about our internal happiness. We are talking about the value system that we believe in. We are talking about what makes us happy. We are not going to what society means as happiness. Okay?
Very right, Mr. Imanshu. In fact, there is no recipe for happiness, Manishankar. You have to find your own
Yes, sir.
happiness in things you do. And I'll just add one thing. You want to live like a legend. For that, you have to become a legend first.
Yes, sir.
And we have Mr. Imanshu. We have few more students who have raised their hands. We'll quickly take Rahul Joel. Rahul Joel is being waiting to ask a question. Rahul Joel, you can unmute and ask.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Rahul.
So my question is that what I believe that good things take time.
Yeah, takes
Sir,
time.
when I tried or trying a lot, then when it's not happening and want to skip that activity or that decision or that anything, and the same question arrives in front of me that good things take time. So, sir, how we can handle this situation when my philosophy or my thinking counters me?
So what I reiterate your question. What you said. You said that you believe that good things takes time,
Yes.
but to good to things you try, and but things are not happening. So you are questioning your own conviction. Whether am I following the right philosophy of meaning that good things takes time is right or wrong? This is what you're asking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My philosophy counters me that good thing takes time when
Yeah.
I tried.
Your philosophy again. See, your philosophy. It's not my philosophy.
Yes, sir.
What Sanjeev philosophy is different. We all are different, and we have to be different. And that is why only 1% of total world population is a population of billionaires. Only 3% of world population is a population of people who contribute to society. They're socialist. So
Yes, sir.
there is a large percentage of population in India which are farmers. Their life are dependent in agriculture. We all are different, and our differences coming together makes us a society which contribute to each other. So your belief is your belief. I will not comment on your belief. But what I will tell you is that I also watch Netflix. I watch a lot of movies, so I learn from movies also. So I was recently watching a very old movie called Prison Break. So this guy in Prison Break was a was a was a was a genius, and his art of breaking prison. He has broken all the world best prisons, and to break the prison, it was not a single man job, so he can't do that. So what he used to do is he go to a jail, and then he will make his stakeholders, he'll make friends, and then together they make a plan. So one small line that he said, which still in my brain, and Rahul, I think it will help you. I will please understand. I will not give you. You must be expecting a tablet that will solve your problems. No, I will give you very generic solutions, and you have to have that competence to adapt it in your life. So somebody, the another counterpart, I said, I told him that this action that you are taking will not deliver the right result. This is a bad action. This will not work. This will not happen.
Okay, sir.
And the person replies, it says, actions doesn't bother me. Inactions does.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Rahul,
Yes, sir.
actions, when you're making it, you're on track, Rahul.
Okay, sir.
Good You are on track. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Milestones are not achieved overnight.
Yes, sir. It will not go in one go.
Milestones will never be achieved overnight. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. What you're doing should be right. Should be right. There will be incompetence issues initially. There will be a learning graph. You will make mistakes, learn from mistakes, keep doing it, keep doing it. One day, what you achieve, we all will inspire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm understanding,
The
sir.
bottom line is just keep doing it. I think
Yes,
that is what Mr. Himanshu is trying to make.
Yes.
Do not quit.
yes, sir.
Once till you're not defeated till the time you quit.
Yes.
Keep on
Thank you.
trying.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
And
I
we'll take one
appreciate
more
it.
question, Mr. Himanshu. It is Swati. She has raised her hand and she has been waiting for long.
Sanjeev, before
Swati,
we,
you can unmute and ask, beta.
no, Sanjeev, before we go to the next question, I would like your student to make a note of this point. It's a very important point, which this guy said, actions doesn't bother me, inactions does. So if you're making an action, right, no problem, you will achieve it. But inaction is a problem. The choice, again, I bring the choice. So his choice in life was to not to do an action because I'm failing, or to keep doing or keep making that action, because if out of 100, if one strike goes well, I will get what I want. So there were two choices to make, and he made a right choice, making an action. Strike rate was low, even lowest, but it worked. Yeah, next question.
Swati.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. So I want to ask that there are many aspects of being happy, and one of the aspect I want to put forward is money. There is a very on and off connection of happiness and money. Many will agree that money can't buy happiness, but ironically, they are also stimulated to earn money. This may be because of their diplomacy.
Who said
I believe that earning money doesn't make you happy. It is spending money on the experiences or on the desires that makes us satisfied or makes us happy. And the desires may be traveling, dining, partying, or anything. So I want to ask, what is your take on that? Whether you will agree that money contribute to your happiness or not, or you just believe that it is only a monetary value.
what you will do with my beliefs, Swati?
So I want to know, because it's very skeptical, because most of those people will say that no, money can't buy happiness, but there are many students, all of us are indirectly or directly doing MBA just to earn money in future.
No,
Either it can be a part of your happiness or not.
Swati, my question to you,
Yes, sir.
what is your question? That you want to know what I believe in?
Yes, sir.
How does it change your life?
It's just I want to know your perception.
Acha. Wait, so see, that's what I said. The caution is that it doesn't matter what I like or don't like. What matters is what you like. And that's the answer. I think that's where we have to control ourselves. Swati, I have done. What
Okay, sir.
I'm trying to tell you is that control on knowing what others feels about what you feel happiness is. Focus on what you feel happiness is happiness. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
I'm not here to change your perception. I'm not here to change your ideology. I'm not here to change the way you think. I'm here to make you believe that what you think is right.
Okay, sir. That means my happiness is not influenced by anyone.
No, it's your happiness.
Oh.
You're born with that right. Your happiness could be, I know a lot of people who, for them, happiness is planting a tree. Oh, I say, what stupid is this? Right. But that makes them happy. For a priest, puja is his happiness. It's happiness. You can't counter it. I love cooking. Cooking makes me happy. It makes me happy. Happiness can't be quantified by the social environment. Happiness is mine. It's my internal. And I will not like to share it. And I will like to rejoice it, use it. I may do everything to live in this society, maybe to earn money, to create wealth, to have a happy family, to live to all the needs of the society. But happiness is beyond everything else. It's mine. Okay, so
Thank you, sir.
what I'm trying to say is that don't get influenced by what happiness means to other. Believe in your happiness, live for happiness, make choices that makes you happy. If buying a new cloth makes you happy, go for shopping today. If having a cup of coffee, irrespective of the calories that it carries, makes you happy, do it.
It's great, in fact. Your
Okay,
happiness
sir.
lies in your hands. And I think it's a very important message which has come across to all the students. Thank you, Mr. Himanshu. We are, in fact, few students those who have raised their hands. I'm seeing it, but we are running out short of time. So maybe, in fact, we'll catch up with you in some near future. We'll definitely have another interaction, another session. May I request our academic coordinator, Dr. Amit Joshi, to please propose a vote of thanks to Mr. Himanshu.
Acha, before that, Sanjeev, look at my
Yeah,
background.
please.
Look at my background.
Pardon?
Look at my background wall. Can you see a painting?
Yeah, we can see two of the paintings, but paintings we can see what is there in the paintings. It is you have to focus the camera on that.
Okay.
We need a closer view for that.
Wait a minute. It will come.
Ah, yes, now it is.
Is happiness.
Happiness, yes.
Happiness is a beach vacation.
Okay, what is the next line below happiness is?
A vacation on a beach.
Okay, it's a beach vacation. Okay, great. Yes, the beach is there. We can see it now.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So.
That's a beautiful painting.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have to go by what happiness means to the world. What happiness means to me is my word.
Yes.
Yep, I'm done.
Great, in fact. In fact, this was an interesting and a different sessions which the students have experienced. And I'll now request our academic coordinator to thank Mr. Himanshu for handling the abstract issues with the students very diligently. Mr. Amit
Am I
Joshi.
audible?
Doctor, yeah, you
Am I
are. Sir,
audible?
Dr. Amit Joshi, please.
Wow. Well said, Himanshu. No wonder we share the same caste. Your interaction make me remember one poem. घर से मंदिर बहुत दूर चल यूं कर ले किसी रोते हुए बच्चे को हंसाया जाए. At the end, it is the happiness, satisfaction that counts. On behalf of ICFI University and IBS department, I advance my sincere gratitude to Mr. Himanshu Joshi. If I summarize your talk in one sentence, Himanshu, become someone who can choose and follow his choice, or be prepared to get chosen. You gave us the right insight which we required. We thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule and interacting with us. I also thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Madhu Vinay, for his strategic initiative and directions. A sincere thanks to our web series convener, Dr. Sanjeev Malvia. Our technical support team, Mr. Akhilesh and Mr. Himanshu. Our student coordinators, Mani Shankar and Ajay. Thank you very much. Last but not the least, I thank the wonderful participants. Rest of the happiness I'm going to shower on you in the next class, which is going to be scheduled 5 minutes, after 5 minutes. Thank you. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Joshi. Thank you, Mr. Himanshu. In fact, it was enough food for thought to all our students. It was different from what they have been doing in ton routine. So whatever will be left, the happiness which will be left by Dr. Joshi, I'll take it after that. At 2, I'll be having the session with all my students, MBA first semester. God bless you all. Thank you, Mr. Himanshu.
Thank you. Thank you so much.